So welcome everyone to Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Psycho Battle Royale, the brand new game, the demo for the Switch last night, and I've been playing a fair bit. Let's just see how much I've done. I've been playing almost 6 hours of it, and I've done all the story content, and so I thought, why not just show off the game, for you guys. So, first of all, first impression, you might be thinking, God, this looks terrible, right? Remember, this is a game designed for Japan, and Japan mainly plays the Switch in handheld mode. So in handheld mode, this looks pretty good. It looks a lot better, it's not blown up to a big screen, it looks fine enough. But the main action is going to be in the duels, and that's where you spend 99% of the time. Otherwise, it's in, visual novel style cutscenes, and you don't really see all this stuff too much. So let's kind of dive into the game and what it is. First of all, it's kind of like Tag Force. If we press the plus button, we have a map. Congratulations, we have a map. We can go to any of the locations in the game. We have the courtyard, we have downtown, I assume, and then the school up top, which we don't really want to do right now, because we kind of want to stay here and we're going to do a duel against Roman in a bit over here. But when we press X, we then have access to the menu, and there's so much more in here than I thought would be. So let's start off with decks. So in the demo, you can't actually make your own deck. It's kind of grayed out on the right here. Now, I don't know if that's just a demo, or if it's locked until the very end of the game, because the previous Psycho game, Psycho Card Battle for the 3DS, you couldn't customize your deck until the end of the story. Which makes sense in the case of this one, because as you go through and face people, if I wish it was on here, you actually collect all these decks of different starring rarities from duelists. And you're working your way up using packs, going against them in the overworld to actually build their decks, and I wish I went the other way now, because this is really annoying. There we go. So yes, here's the starter deck you get. You get this deck here, which is just it has a Max Raider and some vanilla monsters in, and, Dark Liberation, and then you kind of get Yuga starter deck, the one that came out of TCG, or the OCG, sorry, and it's card for card the same. And if you want to play the demo, just stick with this, because this will get you through all that early content. You get a Rook's deck as well, the Dragons one, and then over time you're going to be collecting these decks. And as you can see on the right, there's the unlock condition for the deck, so all the cards you need to kind of get the deck. As you can see here, we have Gakuto's deck, and we're missing a few cards, so if we get them by farming him, if we get them by opening packs, then we can actually unlock his deck and go on and play with it by equipping it in this menu. And from here you could also change what sleeves you have and playmat and the deck box. So, let's go here next. This is the PvP. We can't do this because there's only local co-op. You can't do online in the demo. In the online actual game, the full game, they'll be online, which obviously you'd kind of expect. Down here we have our duelist ID, which tells us how many achievements we've had, how many duels we've won, online, all this kind of thing. So you can see there's a ton of trophies at the bottom, and that's all stuff you can do in game. We have this next one here is duel quizzes, like in Duel Links. So you can go in with each of the booster packs and some of that stuff, and you can go in and actually go to the Blue Eyes one. We have all these missions you could do to get Go Hard points, which is how you buy packs in this game, which is kind of nice. We have this grayed out thing here, which is for missions, so challenges, that kind of thing. You can get rewards such as gifts that we'll talk about in a minute, and we'll save the card shop for last, I think. Settings is just kind of settings. You can change background music, you can change the game speed, so I have it on fast, I have some of the things turned off. You can turn more things off now, having the game turned off now if you want it to be even faster, like all the flashy pop-ups, you can turn that off. Here we have, okay, right here. So this is the kind of the other general items. You have a gift code box here, so if you know what Pokemon does, they give out gift codes randomly for events. That's the same thing they're going to do here. We have the Rush Friend menu, which is for online PvP friends. This blanked out menu in between them is something to do with cards. I'm not sure what it is. And then here we have the card list, which shows you all the cards we've got, blanked out the ones we've seen or we have deck recipes of, but we can't get. And you can go in, and if they have animations, you can just press Y and view the animations. So we have Gaia here, looking pretty snazzy, coming in on his horse, which the animations of this game also are pretty hit and miss. Some of them are really nice. Star Magician 1 is really nice. If you saw that one, I'll put a thing of it in the video now. We also have the card shop, which has a few things. On the right, the eShop to grab DLC. I don't know what DLC is going to be. I doubt it's packs. It might be to just get Go Hard points, so you can just kind of speed up the process, but everything is available in-game for free. We have next to it card sleeves, deck protectors, and game mats like Duel Links has, which is very nice. The one next to it is the card trader, basically. So like Duel Links, every so often there'll be a card inventory refresh, and you can get cards from packs or jump promos, that kind of thing. And they cost quite a bit. From the screenshots from the tutorial section, it costs like 50,000 Go Hard points for a super rare, which can get you 50 packs in the card shop. So this game officially has the first, I think it's the first 6 Rush Duel sets in it, as well as some promos, that kind of thing. But the game card list we just looked at a minute ago said 700 and something cards, whereas actually there's only around 350 that we know we can get. So there might be some anime-only cards or cards you can only get via dueling people that won't be in these packs. But if you want to see this in a pack, you press the Y button, and it tells you all the cards you can get. So we have Blue Eyes as a Rush Rare, Max Red as a Rare, Rush Rare Dragius, Rush Rare Seven's Road, Ultra Rare, Gakuto's Ace, Roman's Ace is Ultra Rare as well. But we're going to go to this one, because this one has the legendary Dark Magician. Hopefully we can pull it. Obviously we can't add it to our deck, but for having it for the future, because the progress does transfer over to the main game, is pretty cool. Now here's another pretty cool thing. Tickets. So you can find these scattered around in the world, and you can also find, I assume they'll give them out via, event promos, those codes we got. I reckon you're going to get these tickets from them, because it makes sense. And these tickets are corresponding to a rarity, so I think that when you open a pack using these tickets, you're guaranteed to get a card of that rarity in that pack. So if you have a rare or like a rare one here, or a normal ticket, then you're not really guaranteed anything, because it could just be anything. A super rare guarantees super rare, ultra rare guarantees ultra rare, and rainbow rare, rush rare guarantees that. But also you can buy them with 1,000 Go Hard points. So we're gonna spend our entire inventory here of 9. Not gonna waste any tickets yet, because I don't want to. Just in case they're kind of useful for the later in the game we don't know about yet. But this is the pack opening screen. It kind of has a Duel Links style with seeing what you're getting, and we can press A to open them one at a time. Just kind of dramatic. Or we can press X to open the entire pack at once. So I think we do that for this one, right? This one. And we got, okay, we got a super rare, I believe, that one on the right, or left, sorry. Next pack, we got anything good. 1,000 Knives, okay, I'll take that. That's one step closer. The deck. I think those are all rares, I think. So there's not a system like Duel Links. Oh, what is this? Okay, I think that's an ultra. That might be that's an ultra rare. That might be a rush rare. I'm not too sure. I think that's Roa's Ace. I think. But there's no system like Duel Links where you go into the box and you can't get anything that's not in the box. So I can get duplicates from this. Star Magic Attack's pretty cool. That glowing one on the right, sorry, has an animation. So you can't like reset the box, but given it's all in-game currency and stuff, there's no real need to, in my opinion. So that's fine. It's kind of like Tag Force, where in Japan you have the exact same sets in the TCG as you do in the game. So that's pretty nice. 1,000 Knives again. I don't think we're gonna get anything. No, we're not. Okay. No Rush Rare Dark Magician. We can see all the cards we've got. We can go and like scroll left to right and see. This guy here, I believe, is a super rare. He has an animation as well. This guy's super rare as well. Yep, has an animation. So, getting cards is fairly easy, and it's pretty straightforward to actually get the ones you want, because you're just buying from packs you want, which is really nice. So, let's go and play the game. Versus Roman, who I think her deck's based around like musicians, that kind of thing. So we're going to go in and you can like equip decks. So at the moment I have the base deck and Yuga's starter deck, so we'll play with that one because I know that one off by heart pretty much. And if you want to play a demo, just do this deck, because it's like a couple of normal monsters, 3 or 4 effect monsters that you'll know what they do, and some spells and traps that are really good. So yes, this game does have rock, paper, scissors, so unlike Duel Links, you can actually choose if you want to go first or second, and it will be the same in ranked, which is really nice. But let's see. So this is the duel menu, and you might think this looks kind of weird because it's all over the place. Like we have our cards on the far right, which is kind of different. And let's just do some basic housekeeping first of all. So, first of all, if you press the R button, the game will lag a bit and bring in the duel log, which is cool to have, but I don't think it's really necessary in this game, but it's cool it's there. Secondly, if you're new to Rush Duel, then you can normal summon as many times as you want in a turn. Basically, your goal is to flush out your hand, so on your next turn, you draw 5 cards again, which is pretty big. So we're going to start off with, since this is Roman's level 1 deck, I'm just going to start with putting this guy out in, well, that defense again, that was 0k. We'll put this guy on attack, and then we'll set our spell. So you can turn off all these things, like the voice lines, turn off. You can turn off the big, like this bit here you can turn off. You can turn off the big flashy text like this. You can turn this off. You can turn nearly everything off in the game. And that will make the game feel so much faster. If you don't care about voice lines, you can turn them off, which is really, really nice to see for people that just don't care about that. So Roman's going to be playing, and the game does have some kind of, well, it has this thing where the timer kind of comes up saying the AI is thinking, but it isn't like Legacy Duelist where the AI just seems to chug the game. And so, right, here's another thing. You can turn this off as well. So I have, whenever a monster is summoned for the first time, you can see what it does. And it will tell you that. But the next time that same card is summoned, it won't. But by default, it tells you every time a card is played. So obviously, if I could understand the game, in English, then we would. But she just played a 1-for-1 back row removal, which is kind of nice, putting it on the top of the deck, I believe. And she's going to attack in with this, and we get our dynamic camera angle coming in. And you can't change that. You can't. I think you can. I think you can actually. I think you can turn that off as well. You can turn so much off, but I feel like the game just becomes a bit too stale then. But maybe that's what you want, right? Maybe that's what you want. So we're gonna draw 4 for our turn. We got not terrible actually. Getting another Windcaster Taunt is kind of nice. So we'll summon out our little cat thing, and then we'll summon out Tauna, because Tauna can discard a card to change the battle position of a monster on our opponent's side of the field. So we'll do that. We'll come in. We'll activate the effect here, and we're gonna get rid of the spell card because I don't think the plus 1000 for discarding a card is really all that good. So it's that. We'll put that into defense. And all, they have like over the top animations and stuff like that correspond to the monster attributes you see like on the field. We have our dark monsters are in purple, our fires are in red, and so we can now go to battle. And they will all have their own unique things. So if we're attacking with our dark monster, it will be kind of this purpley dark stuff, destroying it. And then with the fire, there'll be a nice big red flame that comes in, obviously. And of course, with the wind one, you get a nice green kind of wind current, which is kind of nice. So attacking with that, and it does show you when you battle monsters as well, what the damage will be, which is really cool because sometimes there might be effects that card might have that might reduce the damage you don't realize, so it does kind of help you in a way, which is really cool actually, like, especially if you're playing like me, and you don't understand the card effects because you just don't have the resources to, you don't understand Japanese, then it's kind of helpful. But we're on a very good spot here. So Rush duels do get quite intense and do get quite complicated as you kind of get more cards and learn the card pool. This is again a very early on AI duel, so it makes sense. It's not really the most challenging thing in the world, but I have been beaten a few times by the level 3 AI and level 2 AI as well, as we're kind of going up here. And here we go. Roman's Ace Monster coming in, and you can skip the animations if you really want to, but it's the first time I've seen it, so let's see this one. I think this one isn't the best. Like, they don't seem to be that great when doing the humanoid characters, but this one ain't too bad actually. Like, the Dark Magician one is kind of like the standout of humanoid characters. So she's summoned out her monster. We're not going to reach this effect, but we're going to get kind of we're going to get attacked into, but we do have our Windcaster either in our hand or on the field to put into defense next turn, so we're kind of safe. She's probably going to attack into the 2000 person, I think. Unless you... See, if I was the AI, obviously, I would attack into the Tauna, because Tauna could put into defense mode, so if I didn't have another Tauna, then she would survive the turn. Potentially next turn. If I don't draw into a big tribute or another Tauna, then she would survive the turn. So Personally, you know, not the move I would have made, but if you're playing online, then you can obviously make the better move. So we're going to draw 4, and we're going to get 7's Road Magician. Okay. So we've kind of got to, right? We've kind of got to summon 7's Road in this. Because why not? So we can go in and tribute summon for this dude, using our Dark Sorcerer and our Cat. And of course, you've seen this animation before. If you follow the channel, it's been the main thing they've kind of promoted the game with, is this animation of 7's Road Magician, which in handheld mode looks pretty good. It doesn't look as bad as it might do on the big screen if you're watching on the big screen. But let's go and use 7's Road Magician Effect, so we can send the graveyard to gain attack points. And that's going to be 33. Let's use Windcaster Torna to quickly go, and I'm gonna dump the trap because it's only a plus 500 in the battle trap, which I don't really need. And then we'll do another Dark Sorcerer. I think it's his name. I might be butchering it. But then we'll just go to battle, and we should be able to win it this turn, assuming there's no like back row that can stop us. Let's use that. Attack with that. There we go. Very cool. We'll attack in with Torna next. Big up Xenoblade Chronicles. And then we'll end it off with one last attack with our 7's Road. In for game, hopefully. There we go. And we win. And now, this is the end of screen thing. So basically, you will always get 4 cards from here if you haven't got their ace. But once you do, you'll only get 3 cards. And of course, every duel you'll get some Go Hard points. It can get quite high. You can get like 800, 1000 in these as the level of the deck you're playing increases. So over time, you're just going to get, you know, more Go Hard points, more chance to pull packs from the store, and that should be pretty cool. So I think now we get Roman's level 1 deck, which means we can now go and play with it if we want to. Obviously, we kind of don't, because at the moment, there's not much else in the demo that I haven't done, right? It's just kind of get another, I think we'll probably have to get another Roman deck, and then after that, we're kind of done. So I believe that's it for Rush Duel. Do we have enough, we don't have enough currency to do some packs, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in, and I'm going to do it. Give me my 3 tickets worth. I want to pull this Dark Magician, damn it. This Rush Rare Dark Magician that's probably very hard to pull. Let's see if we can do it. Let's press X to reveal all of them. No, we didn't, okay. And for our next one, no, we didn't got a rare again. I wonder if it guarantees you it. Maybe the ticket guarantees you can only get that rarity, actually. That might be what it does. Which, then I understand why you can just find them randomly in the world. But that I believe is everything in Rush Duel for the Switch. Of course, you have Amiibo support as well, and you can go in here, you can go and find all tutorials, like if we go down here, like if we go to, where is it? Where was the menu I wanted to see? Like there's a couple of things here. So yeah, here like that you have the card sleeves, you have the game mats, look kind of cool. The deck boxes, you know, online play, your duelist avatar, you can actually level them up and get different rewards and titles, and there's tons of challenges and missions or whatever. Where is the other one I wanted to go to? Yes, like here is the missions. You can see there's like a little present underneath it that might be for a certain card or might be for Go Hard points 2000. So there's a lot. Like there's a lot in this game to do. Here's the I believe this is the card sleeve shop, or like the deck protector shop. So 200 Go Hard points to get these as like a profile pic or a card sleeve is pretty cool. The fact they have like a lot of artwork in the game, uncensored and like full art, is really cool. And then here's the card shop. So yeah, look, 51,000 Go Hard points for a super rare. It might be a rush rare actually, I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna take you a while to find the cards you want, but you can get this in a pack probably, or it might be only available in the store. So yeah, there's a lot here, a lot more than I thought there would be, and I've been having a very, very fun time with it, like genuinely. I thought it was going to be just kind of middle of the road, but in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh games, it's actually really good. And it's kind of bringing it back to Tag Force, right? So to how the quality of that was, you know, in terms of dueling, in terms of the speed. Obviously, online play, we need to see how that is in the full version, if it's usable or not. because Legacy Duelist was kind of slow, even, like, even online, even more so. But, we are getting updates as well in the future to add more cards, and I can kind of see, with how the card shop is right now, I can kind of see that this might be the one Rush Duel game going forward, and they just keep adding onto it. Because otherwise, it doesn't really make much sense, right? We're not in the era we were before, where you can just kind of freely keep releasing the same game with new card packs. Because that worked for Tag Force, it wasn't online, but nowadays it kind of doesn't. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it off here. Let me know down below what you think. If you want to check out the demo, it's on the Japanese eShop. It's free, of course. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. See you then.